Today I'm going to show you how to set up a DSLR on the Roxant Pro Video Stabilizer. The stabilizer can be set up and balanced in just a matter of minutes. Before you start, you'll want to remove the strap and the lens cap so it won't throw off the balance later on. The stabilizer is made up of three main pieces: the frame, the stabilizing arm, and the handle. The first thing you want to do is make sure the little silver screw is attached to the frame. You can loosen it with a penny and move it to a new slot. For my Canon DSLR, I'm going to start it on the second hole here because I know from experience that this is the best spot for my camera. The next thing you're going to want to do is attach the stabilizing arm. Start by attaching it so you can fully extend the arm as long as it'll go. This will give you more leeway to work with when you fine-tune it later on. The arm has a piece of black rubber padding that will keep it from slipping once you tighten it down. Next, you want to fasten the handle to the frame. You can move the handle to another position later on if you're having trouble balancing your camera. I like to tighten the ball joint on the handle just to make it easier to screw in and then loosen it afterwards. If the ball joint seems to stick when it's loose, add a drop of 3-in-1 oil or some automotive grease to the ball. Next, we're going to mount the camera on top of the frame. I can usually find the center of gravity by eyeballing it, but you'll probably have to play with it a little if you're setting it up for the first time. Try to make small adjustments until the camera levels out like this. Don't forget to set the focal length if you're using a zoom lens, otherwise it'll throw the balance off later and you'll have to change it. Next, we're going to work on adjusting the length of the weights of the stabilizing arm. For a DSLR, you're likely going to need all three weights. I'm going to shorten the length of the arm until the weight of the camera on top matches the weight of the stabilizing arm. After shortening the arm, you'll have to make a few more tweaks to the position of the camera and possibly the angle of the arm. I try to keep the arm as straight as possible and only adjust the camera on top. Just get it centered until you can hold the handle without the camera falling over. You should loosen the ball joint on the handle as much as possible and the camera should balance exactly as I'm showing you. This camera is now properly balanced and stabilized. It sits nice and flat and points straight ahead. As I turn it on its side, watch as the camera slowly corrects itself in a fluid motion. This is how you know you'll be getting a steady shot that seems to glide. If you get your Roxant Pro stabilizer set up correctly, you should even be able to run alongside someone with a minimal amount of jostling. Keep shooting and you'll improve your technique. Happy shooting!